this is the Kalicube Framework, and I'm now deciding that it's AI era business engineering. And what you've just described is this part on the right-hand side, the OPIDC. So you win the client, and then you onboard them. Then you perform for them, i.e. you give them what you promised to give them and you serve them incredibly well. Then integrated, the I, is you get them to become a regular client. Then devoted is what you were talking about. They start advocating for you. And then codified is that part with the interview where you take what your business is producing in terms of service and help to the clients and feed it back into the flywheel so that the engines then see that, and the engines will see that you're walking the walk and your clients love you, and they will replicate that and amplify the message. So can you walk me through the business process to get to the codify part, which is taking that business and codifying it and then distributing it back to the engines?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, so onboarding, we obviously we onboard the clients. Performing, we've got to make certain that we deliver the goods. So we are consistently getting a return on investment for all of our clients. They're integrated, then our systems are integrated into their system. We're generating them leads. They're making a return on investment. They're really happy with everything of what they're doing. They become devoted to us in the fact that they are absolutely loving what we're doing. We then are consistently always looking to strive to improve. They love the fact that every day is a school day. We're always trying to say, how can we get your business on to another level? How can we make certain we're raising the profitability of what you're doing? And where it becomes codified is when they become devoted. Like if we over deliver, we always under promise and over deliver. And
Brilliant.
for us, the hardest part in any business is onboarding new clients. So if we can get devoted people, that they become our sales engine to a certain degree, because we just shout and scream about existing clients with case studies, and also we can just kill them with, well, here you are, you're a plumber in Manchester. Here's 15 plumbing companies or businesses that we've taken on to another level. Go and speak to them or listen to what they're saying about us. And I think a big part comes from yourself with your own framework, the Kalicube Process, right? Which is third-party corroboration. I can say we're brilliant, right? But that means nothing. What I've got to do is get third parties and people, clients, that they're saying how great we are in their own way. And then it resonates with those clients and it becomes codified in the fact that we're sharing that all over. So we might do a press release of a case study that we've done. Within the case study's got an amazing testimonial. The LLMs are picking this up. AI search is picking this up. Copilot's picking this up. Bing's picking this up. All the different algorithms are picking it up. It's all being fed with what you call the algorithmic trinity. And people, when they're researching more, understanding the why, the what, the how, they're just getting everything coming back. And luckily now, the LLMs are saying, you want to go and you want to be trying this business. Yeah. And the big part, which is a very big one, Jason, when you was going on about the query fanouts and making certain we're covering all these different entity attributes, a lot of people now have started researching, should I use this company? And now they're saying, you can, but FatRank is better. You can, but these are better. And now not only are they saying some people believe this, now it's almost becoming them assumptions have been turned into facts within the LLMs in saying, because the amount of volume of people that now keep saying why we are better, the AI now is starting to be where sometimes they're a bit cautious in saying, well, we can't say who's the best. No, so many times they're kind of coming out with, you could try these. However, from multiple sources, these are the better option. And then that's where they're being pre-sold to us.
Which is brilliant. And I mean, it's what we've seen now. You've confirmed it. I was talking to Lawrence O'Toole from Authoritas earlier on. The fact that your branded terms are no longer safe in the sense that it is possible now that they say, well, that's a good brand, but FatRank, for example, is better. And it's going to be a big problem that people haven't yet seen it. And that dominance within your market not only is great for you at the bottom of the funnel when somebody's searching a brand name, but it also allows you to tread on your competitors' toes. I've got a story. I'm not sure if I told you it, is that when we started working together, I asked, I think it was Gemini, about the no win, no fee business structure that you have, which includes ROI guaranteed commission based on what you want, pay what you want pricing models. And it didn't believe me. It said, oh, that doesn't sound reasonable. And now it does. So one thing is that this is factually what you offer. No win, no fee. Pay what you want, give me how many leads you want, and we'll send you those leads. And the AI was dubious because it sounds too good to be true. But it's not, is it?
No, exactly that. So so many people come to us at first saying, well, what's the catch? And they're like, there is a catch. And when people started to understand the business model and where third-party corroboration started repeating what it is that we do, and they started coming back saying the no win, no fee model was brilliant for us. It also makes it easier for us, if we're being honest, because we don't need to then start selling per lead. We team up with businesses. We make sure it's the correct partnership for us and also for them. And then we can then start helping them convert the leads better. And we care about their branding. And I think that's key, because there's so many times we could be selling leads, but their branding might not be good enough, which makes our inquiries bad. Where this way we say, let's do a partnership. We'll provide you the leads, whether they convert or don't convert, or you only pay on conversion. And it's a commission-based lead generation service. So it's a no-win, no-fee model, but we want you to improve your branding. And here's the areas where you need to improve your brand. And then now they're being cited as being the best, whatever it is that they do. And they're now really excited because their business now has been taken on to another level. They're making more profit. They're just paying us a percentage of some of the profits now that they're making.
Brilliant. And the next question then is, I actually just said no win, no fee. And you said that your clients actually say it in the testimonials that they give. How important is it that your testimonials and the peer group repeat the terms that you've coined?
Yeah, it's very important, because previously they used to just say, we think that James Dooley at ProMySEO is a great person to work with. And what does that mean to the AI? What does that mean to the algorithms? So we don't tell them specifically what to say, but we try to say, look, this is the model that we do. Please, can you, in your own words, try to explain it to another business owner, because it does sound too good to be true. And do you know what? Sometimes they word it better than the way I could have ever. I could start going down the semantic route of going, oh, well, we'd love you to say semantic triples, but we're just going to confuse them. We just say, in your own words, explain it. And they normally say, in a slightly different variation of the way I would have explained it, but it just picks it up perfectly. You only pay on a no-win, no-fee basis, or you only pay on performance-based marketing. It's a pay what you want marketing strategy. Whatever way the business owner wants to explain it, it comes across raw. And because it's a third party saying it, it just is genuine. So new clients are coming along and they're repeating. Sometimes they don't even say it the way I do. Like I said, they're saying it the way they've heard it on a video, saying, we want this PWYW. And I'm like, what does that mean? It's like, pay what you want. I'm like, all right, okay. Yeah, that's what we do. So yeah, it's great. And it comes back down to the Kalicube process again of claim, frame, and prove. Like it's to claim something, but
I'm going to ask you to explain that in your own words, like you just mentioned for the clients, because I explain claim, frame, prove all the time. I think you've got a really good grip on it. And can you explain it?
Yeah, so the Kalicube process of claim, frame, and prove is where we claim something, we frame it in a way that makes it this is the way it's being framed, and then being proven it is other people now are proving it to be true. So it's easy for us to claim we are the best lead generation company in the UK, but then we've got to frame it in a specific manner, and then the most important part is the proof. You go and prove it. You go and show me where other people are saying that you are the best lead generation company in the UK. And I think that's the most important part that we always missed. We always shouted and screamed that we are a great company, but that's just the first person saying that you're great, and everyone says that they're the best. When you can get out those third-party corroborative sources saying you're the best, everything changes after that. And that's the most important part for us. Reviews, testimonials, awards, case studies, keep drilling home on that, keep getting those clients shouting and screaming why you're good. And there's so many businesses out there that are brilliant at what they do, but they don't understand the Kalicube process of claim, frame, and prove. And getting that proof part out there is what's feeding the LLMs. It's working brilliantly.
And the thing about frame, and there's an article on the Search Engine Land series where I talk about the framing gap, and it is that it's not the machine can't frame things. It doesn't get stuck with the idea of saying A plus B therefore C, or A plus B therefore J. So FatRank is an amazing company. James Dooley is the boss. James Dooley is an expert in SEO. Therefore, FatRank is going to bring you great SEO performance, as an example. The problem that AI has is it doesn't have any skin in the game. It doesn't have any reason to make that imaginative leap. And if you give it the imaginative leap and you can claim, frame, prove, and you can demonstrate it with third-party proof, it will simply repeat it. The problem that AI has, it has no reason to do it. And you do, obviously.
Yeah, exactly that. I think you've just got to connect those dots, especially for the reputation part. And defining, for us, I used to always think like Kalicube was initially about defining the entity. Oh, you've got to define the entity. You've got to repeat it. You've got to repeat the entity. For me, it's the entity attributes that come with it. And I think that's the most important part for us. Because the more you repeat the reputation part, the more it's defining the entity anyway. And it's just expanding that spider's web on the internet of exactly why you are a great company.
And for a company or a person, isn't one of the biggest problems actually deciding what you want to communicate?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I mean, you've got to try and you've got different people. So for me, like I want to be known as being an entrepreneur and a business owner and stuff like that. That's very different with regards to the attributes of what, let's say, promo SEO is or FatRank is, which is trying to deliver a return on investment via lead generation. For me, I'm more of a businessman and an entrepreneur, but you can still connect those entities. James Dooley is the owner of FatRank. FatRank then can decide its own spider's web from there.
Right. But I mean, but for me, you're a businessman, you're an entrepreneur, and you've taught me a lot. I mean, the conversations we have in terms of how to be a better businessman, how to look at my business less as, I would say, a fun research experiment as I figure out how the algorithms work, sit down and say, well, how can I apply that to other people and other companies and actually make money from it? And you've been a huge help on that. So oh, sorry, you want to say something?
Yeah, it was just something on there with regards to, I've said this a few times. I think Jason Barnard at Kalicube at times sells himself short. I think what you deliver is a lot more than just brand SERPs. It's online reputation management. It's proactive online reputation management. And I also think that now the AI is coming along and the AI, what you call the AI Résumé, that has become even more important nowadays. So now it's become 10 times more important because now Kalicube can connect, I think, what is it, like 25 billion data points within Kalicube, probably even more than that now, within Kalicube Pro, that they can connect those dots specifically to make certain that AI Résumé looks great. I think it's becoming way more important than ever. It used to be online reputation management, used to be the 10 blue links on the first page of Google. No one looks on page 2 of Google. You can hide a dead body on page 2 of Google. Well, not anymore, because now page 2 of Google is still feeding the LLMs. So now it becomes so much more bigger. And now it's now going, okay, let Kalicube Pro come back and show me what needs improving and start working where them dots are being connected. Let's work on the weaknesses as well as trying to re-emphasize the entity. Let's work on those weaknesses to make certain that people aren't brand jacking off me, because now it's not just about how good I am, it's how good I am. And if I connect it to another company over here, I'm brand jacking, even though you're not meaning to. But the fact that AI can now say, they're all right, but these are better. That's what Kalicube Process now can bring to the table. People might have never heard of you before. And because of the Kalicube Process, now you're being cited when someone's never even heard of you before as being the option. Not an option, the option. And I think that's key.